set, go.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This bronsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, yeah, baby. Excuse me. There's people in here. There's what?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
You woke me up again.
Oh, good.
Good morning. It's the wacky bronsexual Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, who is that way. And yeah, I'm back on the road again, and I promised Jody and myself this is the last one. I wanted to be sure I get the test right. How are you this morning, sir?
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome to Snowman in the Morning, the show where we always
I'm going to pop.
Otherwise, I'm doing good.
Now, what in the name of Brett Favre prompted that?
Oh man,
Somehow I should have known.
I'm
Rat.
good.
I'm glad you're doing well, partner. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well too, man.
Now that we got all that out of the way, let's go. This is the whip around for.
All right, and here
is.
So the NFL, they're meeting as they always do right when spring begins, and they approved of the number 0 being worn. However, roughing the passer still will not be reviewable. NFL players now will have a new number to don on their jerseys for the upcoming season. Now, during annual meetings, which are being held in Phoenix, they approved that number 0 while declining a suggestion to make roughing the passer penalties reviewable by replay.
Okay, what the hell is wrong with their priorities?
Well,
did I miss something?
Well, you have to understand the NFL wants and they intend to keep quarterbacks safer by making sure that
By
if
not by not allowing defenses to play football.
yeah, by if the referee gets a quick trigger finger and whistle, that we have to go by the ruling that it is roughing the passer. So if they play two-hand touch but a flag is thrown, that can't be reviewed.
Yeah, here we go with the no fun league again. Thank you, Roger Goodell. Next.
Now rules that were approved though. A number of suggestions. The Chargers made a suggestion of adjusting the play clock following instant replay reversal. The Texans they submitted a suggestion of expanding replay officials' jurisdiction to allow for review on failed fourth down attempts. That you could change the definition of a launch leaving one or both feet. You can make the penalty for tripping a personal foul. You also can prevent the offense from benefiting by an extension of the half as a result of their foul. And there are other rules that have been approved.
But
BS roughing the passer penalties are not. More sacks being flagged in 2023.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFL, the most toxic team in the league.
Washington Redskins.
Right. That's right. The most toxic team in the league. The Washington Commanders.
Thank you, John Facenda.
Thank you, John Facenda. There are two groups that are bidding for the franchise. And the number looks like it is going to probably take $6 billion in order to seal the deal. That's with a P, not
who made the bid? That's all I want to know. Who made the bid?
Now, Forbes has valued the Commanders at $5.6 billion. One group is led by billionaire Josh Harris, who, of course, also has Magic Johnson in tow. The other is led by Canadian billionaire Steve Apostopoulos. And they have formally.
What did you just tell me an uppercut? No.
Yes. Steve Apostopoulos. I had to read it a couple times to actually have it make sense. Yeah, Steve Apostopoulos.
I understand.
Both have formally submitted their bids to purchase the Commanders, marking a significant step toward Daniel Snyder saying bye-bye to the franchise.
I'll offer two quick thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
One, let's get the sale over with. And two, bye-bye, Daniel Snyder. And I'll add a third. Mm-hmm. Change the name back, will you please? I'm sorry. I promised myself I wouldn't go off this morning, but my partner knows me entirely too well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because as I looked at the... Shut up! Shut up! You're not supposed to... Yes, you are.
Oh, God, that was too funny. Staying on the gridiron, but not going to the NFL, but the XFL. Co-owner Dwayne Johnson, but you know him by The Rock. He heard a USFL jab that was submitted. Now, as the latest iteration, or the XFL 3.0, has progressed through the first half of this season.
He said 3.0.
Well, I mean, it's the truth.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The USFL has been running ads to tout its own return, which will be in about 2.5 weeks. One of those, done by a narrator on the USFL, says that this is the USFL reborn from the OGs. Now,
oh my gosh,
and the jab actually is, oh God, this is the messed up part. The jab is, quote,
"Oh no,
this isn't some Hollywood knockoff."
Oh, stop.
Close quote.
Oh,
Shots
stop.
Fired. Now the Hollywood
Shots
reference,
fired, big time.
Now the Hollywood reference, of course, is accompanied by a shot of football players spiking a ball in front of a green screen, and it appears to be a nod to the XFL being owned in part by The Rock. Now, when asked, of course, the classy Rock He said the following.
Uh-oh.
Quote, we're all in entertainment and connected to Hollywood. So I thought that ad, we got a big laugh out of that ad. Also, it's much easier to talk trash when you're hiding behind the corporate walls and a computer. We're very forward-facing. We're not hard to find. Close quote. I love that.
In other words, yeah, Rock is a little peeled by that.
Oh yeah, he was
by that ad. He
And he had
was
no-
a little peeled by that ad.
and he has every right to be PO'd.
Mhm.
He has every right to be. I love it. I love it.
Me too.
He
too.
Sort of scaled back a Rock promo, but yeah, he wanted to cut.
Oh, he wanted to cut loose. You know, he wanted to cut loose.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I absolutely
Next
love
one.
it. I love it. Go ahead, Dwayne. Do your thing, man. We here, Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson to prove all of what the XFL has done thus far. Great action. Keep it up, brother.
May I borrow from a...
Wait, sir.
We approve all this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
You
probably
started
hear
it.
that. I know. You'll probably hear that at some point during this broadcast a little later.
Yeah.
Now, a thorn on my partner's team side, Bobby Wagner, who has hopped from the Seahawks to the Rams, now is going back to the Seahawks. Now, he's headed there. The middle linebacker is headed there, filling in a major need on the remodeled defense of the Seahawks. It's a one-year deal, just like the deal he just signed last year. And the contents of the deal has not been released yet. But the Seahawks released on their Twitter, quote,
Oh, God.
Bobby is back. We've agreed to terms with the future Hall of Famer. Close quote. Now, it's believed that the deal is worth $7 million for that year, but
And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir
Oh,
entitled,
Lord.
You Are Tripping.
oh, good Lord. Yeah, this is coming from the 49ers fan, sir. But okay, here we go.
Damn straight.
Goodness gracious. Well, congrats, Bobby. You found your home and you went back home to do it. I hope that you can help that team that, well,
Yeah.
they're seeing a resurgence with Geno Smith, but let's hope it is not a one-year deal.
Let's hope it's not a one-year one.
Now, going to the hoops, and actually going to women's hoops. Now, we all know
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, we all know
Caitlin
Caitlin Clark, the star on Iowa's women's basketball team. So after knocking down her sixth three-pointer in Iowa's stomping of Louisville in Elite Eight play on Sunday,
Oh, boy,
Clark
did they
hit the
stomp them.
signature scenic "You Can't See Me" taunt, and I'm doing it now. Of course, she's the first to lead Iowa to their initial Final Four with a historic 41 point, 10 rebound, 12 assist performance, the first 40-point triple-double in NCAA tournament history. Not women's tournament.
NCAA tournament history.
The first player ever to do that. So, we got to give you props on that, Caitlin. Good job.
Many props on that.
Yes. Now,
Many props.
Yeah. Now, Cena took notice of the gesture, and he tweeted, the classic that he is, quote, even if they could see you, they couldn't guard you. Congrats on the historic performance at Caitlin Clark 22 and to at Iowa WBB on advancing to the Final Four. Close quote.
Yeah.
Keep doing you, Caitlin. Keep doing you. That's a beautiful thing.
Iowa
Yes.
and South Carolina Friday night.
That
Damn.
that probably is going to be the game. Seriously, that probably is going to be the
That's the game of the weekend.
of the tournament. And
That's the game. That's the game of the weekend. And I'm going to do a live stream of it, an audio live stream.
So you
but
can do a live stream. So you can do a live stream.
and while we're talking women's basketball,
yes,
let's congratulate the one and only Becky Hammond on her election into the Naismith
The
Basketball
Hall of
Hall of Fame.
Well deserved. One of the best coaches
Very much
today.
so.
One of the best coaches
Very
today.
much so.
And that was before she won her WNBA title with the Aces. One of the best coaches today, no question.
And one of the best pioneers of the WNBA.
Yeah, and one of the best players to boot. No question about that.
Yep.
And then we go to Ben Simmons. And now
Next.
he is officially
F
out
that.
for the year with a bad back. Now on
He's
Friday,
out for his career. Next.
Now, the team said that Simmons was diagnosed with a nerve impingement in his back, and there was no timetable for his return. But the three-time All-Star hasn't played since the middle of February, dealing with said back issues. Now, he's not consistently been available for the Nets, and has missed a total of 33 games this season. And now, a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled
Prove It.
LeBron James 2.0.
Ben Simmons is a bust. I called him a bust. People didn't believe me. Take that. Let's go to a break because I need one.
That will conclude today's whip around.
Yeah.
You heard the man, a break, and when we come back, the 49er blood rushing through his veins will go to town in a Snowman's take. Why? Well, you have to tune in when we get back. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Let's Talk Monday. Woo!
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Because we take this job so serious. I'm sorry. I did that all wrong. My bad.
Do it right, will you?
Oh, God. Brother guest, I'm so glad, Ryan, that you here on Coffee with McCarthy. I love you.
Oh, Lord, you beat me to it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. And And we're back. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. My partner will join me momentarily. You will hear his 49ers glory in a moment, but we will go to the Fanatic Feedback Zone at the moment. Victor Locke or Vicala. You might hear that later on today. He says, good morning, all. It is time to open Yurmer. Hooked on Bronix books to page 9, page 6, and get ready for Chicken Wing Wednesday of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Thank you, Victor Borga.
and he asked the question: third day in a row, third day on the road in a row, Snowman.
Yeah, last one too. I wrote it down in my book before I left my office. Good morning, John.
John Fitzgerald. He says, "Good morning, Brian." And Victor says, some good news on the ice. Jonathan Toews practicing with the Blackhawks again.
That he is. It's not the same without him and Patrick Kane together, but Jonathan Toews is practicing.
Victor also says, when I heard Mr. Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady is back on the dating scene. Might I suggest Brombo for him to find another forever teammate for him to leave to chase one more ring?
Who gives a flying blank? I'm sorry.
The FAU Owl alumna,
Mr.
A. Pizzle, happy still, says, good morning.
Hey, Pizzle, why don't you join me for an FAU live stream on Saturday?
Vincent David Jackson, he says, good morning, my brothers. Let's have a great show. And we're going to have a great show because you're here, Vincent. Glad to have you aboard, brother.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. More crap
from the bogus commissioner.
And I know where he got that from, too. Mr. George Carlin, we honor you.
Oh, my. And then we have the transporter to Hades, the reformer of hookah whores, and the bronze god gracing us with his presence in the Fanatic Feedback Zone. He says, good morning, Rain Man and the Mad Scientist.
Good morning to you, legend.
Space. And if you want to know where you will hear that type of introduction and see this gentleman on this program, tune in the bottom of hour number 2 on Fridays, because you will not have a funny bone after you watch it.
No, you won't. You won't have an extra 20 pounds either. You'll laugh them off.
You'll laugh it all off. Victor says, look, the worst decision made by a football team besides the Cleveland Clowns giving Deshaun Watson Fort Knox. That's true.
Oh dear God.
He also says Rock used the more corporate way of saying,
know your role and shut your mouth.
Well, let's hear it actually from the man.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, I agree. That was a more corporate version of that. I agree.
Yep.
John says, watch out for my Cleveland Browns, Snowman.
3-14. 3-14.
I think the Browns have to watch out for themselves. Ryan McCarthy of the No Credentials Required fame says, good morning, Snow Crew.
Good morning to you, Mr. McCarthy.
Good morning, NCR Commander, or Brother Gies. Glad to have you
Brother Gies.
Hawk TV says it's Wednesday. Good.
You're damn right it's Wednesday.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Hawk
Everything's
TV.
good with you, brother. Victor says, good morning to the Generals, A. Pizzle, Ryan McCoffey, and the Hawk TV. And the Hawk TV also goes along and says his congratulatory sentiments toward Becky Hammon being admitted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. He says also she was a bad point guard. Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was. Yes, she was.
John says, prove it. Oh, Lord. Ryan says, I guess we have to put Ben Simmons on a milk carton again. Yes.
He never left the damn milk carton.
I don't know if he, yeah, it's true. Jennifer
He never left the damn milk carton.
Jennifer Matthews Lewis, good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Jennifer Matthews Lewis, one of my good friends down in Carolina.
She says, Snowman and the courageous man Cole, brave enough to take him on. She must know you.
Oh, she knows me. She know I will have her on the show very soon.
It is good to have you aboard, Jennifer.
Good to have you.
John says, look, Ben Simmons was a bust in high school as well. I can't
That should tell you everything you need to know.
Hall TV says Ben Simmons. Good Lord. Jalen Rose said that when or if Ben Simmons comes back, he'll have to be comfortable being a role player. He has to be comfortable being
Was
a
he
player
ever nothing
in
but
general.
a role player?
I don't think he has to be comfortable being a player, period, role or league.
I love it. I love it.
Sig Diggy says, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Sig. All the way in Norway.
And also Vicola says, good morning to you, 00.
Vicola.
John says, Snowman, why did your 49ers get rid of Notre Dame great Mike McGlinchey?
Well, one, he wasn't that great until his final year, and two, we got other plans.
Hawk TV says, we may disagree on LeBron's GOAT status, but it's all love between the hosts and the Fanatic Feedback Zone. Of course, bro.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And of course, the reason why I brought the Ben
cue.
Simmons story, because I was looking forward to return of this. Thank you, Sig Diggy. Amber Alert! Ben Simmons was last seen in Newark, New Jersey, getting slapped by Redman while he came to the bricks. As for those who are unaware, Newark, New Jersey is also affectionately called Brick City. So
Isaiah Long in the house with us, an early riser out on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Other plans and not winning without Jimmy G. That's what you think, Fitz.
And that is John. Yes. Okay.
That just because we have a quarterback that actually plays the position and doesn't have to work on a guaranteed contract, which means Deshaun Watson ain't gonna be worth anything. Look, the Cleveland Browns are the. Give me my take. Let me go right now. I
was going to set you up. It's funny that you all mentioning.
Set it up.
Yeah,
set it
it's
up.
funny you're mentioning about Jimmy G and the quarterback situation of the 49ers, John, because the 49er fan extraordinaire, Brian Snow, is about to go in on the quarterback situation of now and going forward. Here is his take. And I will say to you, sir, with all due respect,
first of all, let me greet LAPD SWAT 1. Good morning to you for joining us. All right. First, let me address my good buddy John Fitzgerald. Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson, period. 7-1, an appearance in a conference championship game when he was deemed Mr. Irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
That'll take care of John.
Mm-hmm.
And another John, Lynch, said, it may be Kyle's decision, but I think that Brock Purdy has earned the right to be the leader of the locker room with the way that he's played. And I believe that also. And this is coming from a staunch fan of one Jimmy Garoppolo. What have I said all along about Jimmy G? All he needed was what? A chance. Well, now Brock Purdy has snatched that chance and earned it. Being thrust in a situation where you lose Jimmy Garoppolo to a season-ending injury, and no one knows what the hell Brock Purdy was gonna bring to the table, and all he did was win the last 7 games of the season. Produced some absolutely great plays, and were it not for a horrific injury on a perfectly legal play by Hassan Reddick, Hassan Chop, as I like to call him, that NFC Championship game would have gone very different. But when you don't have a quarterback, you are doomed. Now that Brock Purdy has had successful surgery, he is due to throw. It's a 6 to 8 month timeline, according to John Lynch, but they're leaning more towards 6 months than 8. It's going to depend on when Brock Purdy starts throwing. But I will say this. When he does return, the 49ers are going to be the most dangerous offense in the NFL. Because you have a quarterback who, A, is very young. Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo's crossed 30. B, he is very mobile, and C, he can run that offense blindfolded. It's kind of like the situation that Montana went through when Steve Young showed up. Now, there was a friendly quarterback competition, but those two remain friends to this day. And I expect the same with Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy got himself ready by facing the number one defense in practice. When Purdy ran the scout team, he faced the number one defense on a weekly basis. So there's no reason to not believe that Brock Purdy is not ready to lead that team to Las Vegas. Oh, y'all didn't hear me. Let me say that again. There's no reason to not believe that Brock Purdy can lead that team to Las Vegas. Why am I thinking Las Vegas? Super Bowl 58 and 59 and 60. But it's going to depend on when he starts throwing and the time that it takes for him to heal from his injury. But all that notwithstanding, Brock Purdy is QB1 in San Francisco, period. And again, this is from a stout Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I mean, love the way Jimmy Garoppolo ran that offense, but there is something extra with Brock Purdy. There's a lot extra with Brock Purdy. And the key thing about Brock Purdy, and you saw it, the more he got comfortable in that offense, is his mobility. Did he take off at first? Did he take off at first opportunity and just run? Pay attention, Lamar Jackson. No, he did not. I'll point to one play, and it came against the Dallas Cowboys on a naked bootleg. Oh, and I love this play to the hilt. On a naked bootleg, Purdy rolls out to his left, had plenty of time, scanned the field, and thank you, George Kittle, for breaking away because Kittle was on a blocking assignment. But Kittle took off on a scramble drill, put his hand up as a target, and Purdy laid it out there, and he made an incredible one-handed, concentrated bobble catch. Why am I pointing to that play? Because that alone tells you what kind of intangibles Brock Purdy brings to the table. And believe me, he brings a lot more to the table than just a command of the offense. I really believe that in time, he will have command of the locker room. They are setting him up right now to give him the keys to that offense. But the smart thing that John Lynch is doing and that Kyle Shanahan is doing, they're letting him heal naturally. They are not going to try to rush him back. RG3, anyone? I think Kyle Shanahan has learned his lesson with RG3. When Brock Purdy gets back, look out. And that's all I'll say. That is Snowman's take. What is yours? You're kind of muted, dude.
I said that must have felt good.
Well, I'm just waiting for this season to begin.
Well, and I
got
5.5 months, so yeah.
And I got like plenty of reasons. I got plenty of reasons on and off mic that I'm so excited for this season to begin. And while I'm throwing things out there, y'all know round 1 of the draft coming next month from Kansas City. Well, guess what old Snowman's going to do? And I think you know the answer to this, sir.
Oh, cover it.
Yes. Live. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff out there. So Snowman Multimedia's coverage of round 1 of the NFL draft will come your way next month. And as I said, this weekend is going to be a basketball-laden weekend for me. Well, one, I want to make sure I still have the chops, and two, Caitlin Clark taking on South Carolina. Take Caitlin Clark taking on Amber Brunson in South Carolina. Can the Hawkeyes take him down? Or will South Carolina continue to roll?
That's a good question.
And then you got FAU just being at the Final Four. I don't think they're going to take that attitude either. I mean, they're Cinderella stories, don't get me wrong, but 35-3 is 35-3.
Yeah, they believe they belong on the court.
And they've proven it.
Yeah.
They have proven it.
Yeah, they have.
All right. So Sick Diggy decides to give us a reminder. Uh-oh. And, of course, he starts with my roots. I'll let you read that one.
Snowman's Take is brought to you by Southside Slapbox Academy. Let the scrapping be slapping.
And the next one.
Oh, sorry. In association with Camel Clutch Wrestling Academy, either we make you champions or we make you humble.
Much love to the Iron Sheik.
And then another Amber Alert. Ben Simmons was just seen in Chicago taking an intellectual dissection from at Chris Base for deciding to enroll in Stupid University and pledge Me Fi Me fraternity. I'm sorry, my bad.
But see, that would be too easy to reject.
Not easy reject.
All Ben Simmons would have to do is walk in and see Chris Base at the judges' table, and Chris Base is, get the hell out. 30 seconds tops. 30 seconds tops.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, Ben Simmons was a bust, and I said it from. Listen, what did he play? 19 games at LSU? If that?
Something along those lines, yeah.
19 games, and I draw the comparison to Kyrie Irving. Now, okay, I wasn't going to mention this, but I'll mention it here. I kind of kicked the hell out of a hornet's nest last night before I went to bed.
What a shock.
And I put Kyrie Irving in the same sentence as a point guard you and I know, both know and love. His name, Kevin Johnson.
Yes.
I said KJ was better than Kyrie Irving. Do you know this fish-eyed fool had the nerve to respond with Kyrie Irving was a combo guard?
Really?
You may need to turn your mic up just a tad, and the look on my partner's face should tell y'all everything you need to know.
No, I don't need to turn it up. I was away from the mic. Really?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me find it right here since I got everything set up. I called Victor last night before I went to bed.
Oh, Lord.
And I led with, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." And Victor starts cracking up laughing. And he said, "What did you do now?" I said, "I kind of said in a group chat that Kevin Johnson is better than Kyrie Irving." And then Victor with a straight face goes, "Okay, where's the lie? You didn't sin. You didn't tell a lie. Where's the lie?"
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I mean, did I say something wrong?
No. Okay.
Did I say something incorrect, sir?
No.
In my assessment of Kyrie Irving versus KJ?
No, because Kyrie Irving to me is not a prototypical point guard, but Kevin Johnson was. Kyrie Irving is, and correct me if I'm wrong, a shot first guard.
Yeah.
Which means to me that makes him a shooting guard.
That makes him a shooting guard.
Poising as a point guard.
Yeah, poisoning as a point guard.
Now, KJ, on the other hand, he had the ability to do that. In fact, I think I saw that same chat where it was also mentioned that Kyrie Irving was better than that Kyrie Irving was better than KJ, as well as Allen Iverson was better than KJ.
Okay, wait a minute.
But before you go.
Go on.
What I'm about to say came out of Allen Iverson's mouth. When asked the question, what was your indoctrination into the NBA? Meaning, when did you get your butt busted wide open?
KJ.
And you know what he said? He said, Kevin Johnson.
KJ.
It's not even a question. I almost cried after the performance that he put on me. If I'm not mistaken, I think he said that he went on him for like 36 points and 9 rebounds on him.
Yep.
And 9 assists.
Mm-hmm. Said, 36, 9, and 9.
He said, I almost cried after that performance. I mean, he made me look silly on the court. And I never looked like that before then. But that's when I got the welcome to the NBA, when he put that performance on me. So you can say to me all the Allen Iverson is better than KJ. In certain instances, yes. But in certain instances, he's not. Because what you all fail to realize, what you all fail to realize is Mr. Johnson was pretty adept in running a team. He could score, but he loved to look for others first. And that is the part of point guards that many in today's NBA fandom omit. And it upsets me.
And while I'm in the process of eviscerating said troll, Kevin Johnson was a teammate of another point guard that is miles ahead of Kyrie Irving. You know who that teammate was? Mark Price. They spent the 87-88 season with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh yeah, and for all of you bronze sexuals and others of today's NBA fandom,
bring it on.
If you want to say, well, all Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas had to play against, and Dr. J had to play against white players, go look at some film of Mark Price, and then that'll shut your behind up. Because you would not fix him out to say, oh, well, the competition was white guys. So that means the game was much easier to play. No, it was not.
You know, and you know why Mark Price gets no love from this troll and the group within? I will say this plainly, and I hope that troll and said group are listening. Matter of fact, let me pull this up here. I am so sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this particular group downing everyone that came before their heroes, if you want to call them that. And they want to say all MJ and those that played against were white players. Let me pose a question. Did they not play team basketball, no matter what the race, color, or creed of their teammate or opponent was?
Yes, because that was the objective of the game.
Okay. Now, I will mention another name. I will mention another name of a guard, no matter shooter or point, that is much better than Kyrie Irving. Miles better than Kyrie Irving. And I'm going to make my partner smile 2 feet deep by mentioning the name Sidney Moncrief.
A man who taught you that there's two sides of the floor to play. Yes.
And by the way, Rod West or Rod Isaac or whatever the hell your name is, Sidney Moncrief did something that Kyrie Irving will never do. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year honors.
Well, you can scratch one of them.
Yeah.
Kyrie won't even one, let alone back-to-back years.
83 and 84, back-to-back Defensive Player of the 82 and 83. I beg your pardon.
82 and 83, yeah.
Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year honors, and that was the first year the award was given out for stellar defense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again: stellar defense. And by the way, while I'm mentioning said troll, Stephen Curry plays better defense than Kyrie Irving. ... has. Only thing Kyrie Irving has on Steph is one shot, and that was on June 19th, 2016. You know how Steph got even? The next 2 seasons.
Well, I mean,
haven't thought about that, have you? Let's say hello to Big Cause all the way from Japan joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Big Cause?
Now, while I have a double take. Give it to me. I'll take us to the top of the hour with this. Give it to me.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go. Oh. I love my partner. All right, here we go. Cook again.
Like Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving is a bust and a half. Because Kyrie Irving only played 11 games at Duke University, just as Ben Simmons played only 19 at Louisiana State University, and they never learned the full game. Basically, there are 2 sides to the ball, offense and defense. Now, I know the argument's going to be, well, Allen Iverson played only 1 season at Georgetown. Here's the point. Allen Iverson played the entire season, and John Thompson gave him the green light to go.
Yeah, John Thompson forced him out the door.
Aside of Ray Allen, you know who the top Big East player was that year? Yeah, that would be Allen Iverson. John Thompson said, go. You're ready. And my partner said earlier, you know, for those of you, for a certain person, a certain troll that likes to think AI is better than KJ, AI said himself, KJ worked me over. KJ was my introduction to the league. Now, I could dig back into the classic files and name all kinds of point guards and combo guards that are better than Kyrie Irving. Do I have to bring the name Danny Ainge? Do I have to bring the name Nate Archibald, Gerald Henderson? And those are all just Celtics. Do I have to, and I'm going to make my partner smile real big when I mention the following 2 names, Maurice Cheeks and Andrew Toney. You want an underrated backcourt? You just got one. You know what Kevin Johnson did? Put his team in a position to win. You know what Kyrie Irving is doing? Putting his team in a position to miss the playoffs. Oops.
And want to tussle with fans. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Continue.
Kyrie Irving should not be in the league right now. I said it, and good morning to you, Bob Hildberg. Got to get him back on the show with some more Patriot stories.
The Boston.
Let me turn
the ball.
Yep. Thank you, Johnny Most. Thank you, Johnny Most. I mentioned Maurice Cheeks and Andrew Toney. Michael Adams, Denver Nuggets, Washington Bullets. John Stockton, one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Dennis Johnson. You don't remember Dennis Johnson, do you? Do you, Rod? Of course you don't, because you don't pay attention. Because you don't watch the game. Because you don't. Oh, I'm going to go there. I'm going to cuss, but I'm going to say it aloud. Hey, Rod, do you even study the game? Do you even, partner, forgive me for my next phrase? Because I'm going to sin, and I'm going to sin badly.
Oh, Lord.
Do you even study the game? Do you even do your research? Oh, my God, I said do your research. I hate you, Ryan McCoffey. Can't play, my afro hurts. Which basically, which basically signs Kyrie Irving anyway. Dear Dallas Mavericks, you're stupid for taking a chance on him. And right on cue, as my partner said on Monday, he's playing himself out of Dallas. And I hope he plays himself out of the league. Any other team that takes a chance on Kyrie Irving is stupid. Matter of fact, let me find something here.
That's one word I'd use.
Let me find something here. Anybody that takes a chance on Kyrie, I'll say it live. Anybody that takes a chance on Kyrie Irving, you fool. A team that actually takes a chance on Kyrie Irving again, you fool. That should tell you everything you need to know. You fool. Kyrie Irving, you fool.
Who should take Kyrie Irving in the future?
Once again, you fool. You idiot. You played yourself out of the league the moment you walked in. Because you were not finished and you had one of the best college coaches in history at your disposal in Coach Krzyzewski. And you blew it.
Knows more than everybody else in every room he goes in.
And you blew it. You blew it. You're trash.
Oh, Lord.
You understand that, Kyrie Irving? You understand that, Rod Isaac? Kyrie Irving is trash. Pure, unadulterated trash. Because he cannot play the position well. His jump shot is weak. His free throw game is worse. And he doesn't want to play 82 games. He's a coward. He's a bum. He's a fool. Just like his best friend, and I don't care what anybody says to me, just like his best friend with the initials LBJ. Bitch, are you for real? Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitch.
That's Snowman's take again.
What is yours? Rarity that you get a double take this morning and the playmakers in the house.
And that concludes an elongated version of Oh, Lord, why? All right, fine. Oh, good Lord.
Trays, 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 trays. Trays, 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 trays.
Oh my gosh. You had to type it. Why, Playmaker? Why?
Because you made it. That's why.
Had to type it.
Because,
Oh, Lord.
do you not see the look on my face?
Yes, I do.
You started that.
I couldn't help it.
I know. Hawk TV, I can't say his jump shot or free throws are trash. He's a savant with the basketball and is not a good leader. Yeah, Hawk, let me correct your sentence. His jump shot and free throw stroke are pure, unadulterated trash, just like LBJ's.
I could give a crap about his skills. His people skills are trash.
All of his skills are trash, on and off the floor.
His people skills are trash, and it makes me not even want to think about what he can do on the court because it's like, well, he's a cancer.
Why? You're like, why?
Because he's a cancer. It's like, okay, it's gonna fall flat somewhere, sometime, someplace.
And
it's like,
yep.
Okay, so you have the ability to score 25, and if you want to, dish 7 dimes, and you probably can get 3 boards. But if you're a piece of crap in terms of you're better than everybody, or you would love to play in an empty arena, what's the point in having you on the team?
I see no point. Do me a favor. I got to step away, set up hour 2. I'll get back as fast as I can. And boy, have I got to. Yeah, y'all know what's coming. Set it up for us, please.
Well, anyway, all right. Before we do go in hour number 2, let me run through a lot of these wonderful Fanatic Feedback Zone comments. Victor Locke says, the following Bronx Sexual Foolishness is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. Act now before you end up being on the wrong side of a snowman's take. Trust in Hooked on Bronix. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. And 6 says, so basically, Kyrie Irving is a poser. I don't know if he's a poser. I just think that he just feels as though he's the sharpest tool in the shed, but doesn't realize he's dull as a rusty knife. Victor Locke says, "Look, I said the same thing, and I was an AI fan. Yeah. And good morning to you again, Big Cos. Glad you come to us all the way from the land of the rising sun. Let's see." Victor says, this Snowman's Take is brought to you by Ben Simmons Facial Cream. Make every boil, blemish, and zit disappear like the man himself. Trust in Ben Simmons Facial Cream. Goodness gracious, Victor. That's just brutal. Along with Gerald Henson stole the ball, Bob says, Dennis Johnson, great defensive player, along with Don Doug Cheney. Agreed. Hard TV says that Dennis Johnson was a floor general. Yes, he was. Ryan McCarthy says, can't play. My afro hurts. From that's coming from Carita Herbal Tea, probably. Hard TV says Dennis Johnson made sure the guys needed to eat and ate well. And yes, he did. He had a front court he had to feed, and he fed all of them equally, which I find that to be remarkable. Victor says, hey, Sick, your ads make me up my game. A Pizzle, Kyrita Herbal Tea, trash. Ryan also says, by the way, the Patriots have said that they're not going to trade for Lamar. Sinks that rumor. I've said this, and I'll keep saying this. If Tom Brady had to restructure his contract year after year after year after year, and you're talking about Lamar Jackson wanting to be broken off bread, what makes you think that Lamar Jackson will be a fit for the Patriots? I'm not talking about on the field. I'm talking about with the purse strings. He's not. They believe that all 53 players have to sacrifice something. That is what they believe. Lamar wants his money. That doesn't speak to sacrifice. That means he won't be a Patriot. Sorry. Oh, Kyrie Irving to Big Cos is big trash. Hall TV says, look, I can't say his jump shot free throws are trash. He's a savant with the basketball, but he was not a good leader. He may know the skills, but the fact that I think his people skills suck, it just makes him be a circle the drain type of figure when it comes to anybody else on the rest of the team. Six says, I've been working on an acapella version of that. Really? Oh, and Ryan says, look, that rumor that he dispersed and dispelled, he says that is the Atlantic. That's the source. Just so you all know that I'm not making things up. Well, I know you're not. And before we do head on to hour number 2, Victor says, question for Cole Johnson. What would be the starting lineup for the Trace Dream Team? Oh, the joys of speaking ill about the worst of the best. Hour number 2 of Snowman in the Morning begins now.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2, was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now.
It's that time of the week. Hour number 2 of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson on a Wednesday is underway. With Brian Snow, I am Cole Johnson. And my partner is now absolutely burying his head, laughing at what?
This.
Yes, I read that before we broke to hour number 2. Yeah, he says, what would be the starting lineup for the Trace Dream Team? And then Playmaker responded by saying, darn you, Victor, why'd you ask that?
I might just have to provide an answer. I might just have to provide an answer.
And Ryan McCarthy, he dispelled a myth that was put in the chat saying that, and this private chat that we're talking about, saying that Lamar Jackson wants to be a Patriot.
Oh, yeah.
And he said what I've been saying when that was posed. I'm like, Lamar may want to go there, but the Patriots
don't want him.
And it's not even about skill,
right?
If Tom Brady had to restructure his contract year after year after year, and Lamar Jackson wants to get broken off his bread. What makes you think the Patriots will say, oh, yeah, he's our guy. We want him on our team.
Yeah, they tried that with Cam Newton. Look where it got him.
Yeah, 1 year, and then they booted him out.
They tried that with – and the same Patriots stands are sick of Mac Jones, and I pose the fundamental question. What if it ain't Mac Jones? What if it's the offensive coordinator?
Well, I believe last year it was the offensive coordinator and Matt Patricia, and I think Bill Belichick agreed and got him out of there. So
Matt Patricia.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why he wanted to make him an offense coordinator, considering that he was a defensive coordinator for many years, and actually did a pretty good job at that.
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell me the excuse of, well, I'm giving him head coach training because he knows defenses and he has to learn offenses. No,
he tried that in Detroit.
No. Mm-mm.
And it burnt, and he burned it up.
He had a chance. Yeah, he had a chance to learn how the offense is supposed to run as a coach at Detroit. As a head coach, he didn't do a good job.
No,
what made you think
didn't.
he was going to do a good job as a straight up offense coordinator for the Patriots after the fact?
Yeah. All right. This is where I get to say, even though I am very reluctant in doing so.
Mm-hmm. Where's it?
Push the button.
All right. This Braun Sexual Confession is brought to you by Braun Joy Juice. Braun Joy Juice, the ultimate joy juice of Braun sexuals worldwide. Made with 100% organic seal milk.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Braun Sexual Confessions.
And as I get to say every Wednesday morning around 9:05 or 9:10 a.m., give these Braun sexuals a piece of your mind and
Okay, Braun sexuals.
The utter black. I'm sorry, my bad.
Take it. Do it.
Oh,
do it.
Lord. The following that you're going to hear basically is the utter blasphemy. You know, like Giannis was in by 30 in Game 7, K getting swept in the first round, and then be choking in front of home crowd, and Steph getting carried to a conference finals and finals MVP, all playoffs long, and Jokic getting bounced in the first round. Because for you all, it does not mean anything, but it's this for you. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James is still the best basketball player in the world. You dummies. Good Lord.
You fools.
All I'm going to do is just this. All yours. Goodness gracious.
Keep going.
All right.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
You for real?
Bitch, please.
What?
You know.
What?
So these Braun sexuals, these Braun sexuals
Seal clappers
are just over the moon giddy that their Kang has returned. And in the game that their Kang returned against my beloved Chicago Bulls, who wanted all the smoke from Patrick Beverley, mind you. And Patrick Beverley said, I want to kick their asses. And essentially they did. All I have to say unto you is, Braun Sexuals, is 118, 108. Oh, you didn't hear me. Let me say it again. Chicago 118, the Fakers 108.
Oh, so you mean to tell me they took a big, fat, stupid, craptacular
Yep. They took an absolute stank-tacular stank-tacular 118, 108. Don't you realize that LeBron James interrupts the chemistry of any team, and he's done it for 20 years?
What? Am I hearing logic about what LeBron James does for a team in 2023?
Uh-huh. Oh, and let me stretch that point a bit further, partner. He's done it since 2001.
Agreed, but he's gotten away with it because, well, quite frankly, people decided to just simply roll the matador mat and just say, "Okay, go ahead, be you, do you."
Mm-hmm.
And now that there are people that are more talented than he is that are coming upon the scene.
Yep.
You're starting to see that buffer.
Yeah.
And how is it that you have these fools who they're looking at the same game we're seeing, and you're seeing a team that is absolutely full of chemistry issues with this figure on the floor, but when he's off the floor, the team clicks and runs like a well-oiled machine, that they're saying, well, it's everybody else's fault, but I get it. Yes, it's something
you
to along the
just nailed it.
It's something along the effects of a commercial that I've heard where I think someone said, let me see if I can remember it. Quote, praise everything LeBron does and never criticize him. Close quote. I'm sorry, sir. Continue.
Which leads to this morning.
Oh, Lord.
Which leads to that same group that blanks on Kevin Johnson's name in the guise of Allen Iverson and Father Vicaloch.
Oh, Lord, no.
Forgive me, for I did sin this time. And I did with a big fat smile on my face, knowing it would produce the desired effect that they don't bleeping read.
Why did he call him Vicaloch? Oh, my. Okay.
You ready, partner?
Yes, go ahead. What is this round of ridiculousness produced?
I wrote the following. Open it. LeBron James is not a fundamentally sound basketball player, period. Fabulous athlete. Basketball skills are non-existent.
Close quote.
How many times have I said that here?
You said that often.
Now, what are the key? I will ask you a question, and I will ask the chat a question, and I think I can get the same answer. What are the key words I put in that sentence?
The words fundamentally and flawed.
You know what this fish-eyed fool did?
What'd he do?
You know what this fish-eyed fool of an idiot said to me in response?
In the words of the OJ song Backstabbers, what they do?
Open it.
Quote.
LeBron James produced a McDonald's All-American.
Close quote. Wait, whoa.
I'll let you take it before I eviscerate it.
This
fish-eyed fool of an idiot.
Give me this camera.
Take it.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what the dude does on the court. It has to be things off the court that quantifies him as being better in your eyes than everybody else. Lord. So I already know bronzexuals. You'd probably say, well, LeBron has produced a McDonald's All-American, but Jordan has not because Jordan's children can't play basketball. You ignorant fool. No, I take that back. Let my partner say it better.
You fool!
You moving the goalposts and giving us these false equivalencies absolutely suck. In fact, it gives your whole argument of LeBron being better than everybody else a big, fat, juicy, and stinktacular. All yours, sir. And you are
the English language. And for us that have a microphone in front of us on a daily basis, that actually have a command of the English language, and don't forget 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Cole Sports with a Z returns.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to make your brains hurt by, dear God help me, reading the entire statement that this fish-eyed fool of an idiot typed out.
Welcome to a new segment entitled
English, do you speak it?
Oh, Lord. Okay. Starring bronze sexuals worldwide. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm going to do this. And here's the way I'm going to read this. Here's the way I'm going to read the following. I am going to syllabricate it. I'm going to I'm going to read it verbatim. I'm simply going to read it verbatim.
All right.
And with that, I reluctantly say, open it.
They said, quote,
LeBron James, extra space, produced a McDonald's All-American. And the word all is not capitalized.
Of course.
Period. The next part of this sentence I can never figure out as I'm reading from my laptop. Your shoot bums out.
What?
Your shoes bums out.
What?
Your shoot bums out. Let me put on my glasses here. I want to be sure I'm reading this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay, I want to be sure I'm reading this. I am reading this correctly. Your shoot bums out.
What?
No punch.
What?
Goodness gracious. Your shoot bums out.
That's the second half of, if you want to call it a half. Okay.
Bitch, please.
Let me read that again. LeBron James, extra space, produced a McDonald's All-American. Period.
Okay.
Your shoot bums out. What? I told y'all your brains would hurt. What? Thank you. My first response is, what in the Vita Blue, yellow-bellied, red-blooded hell is that response? Look, I I have been known to slip in terms of the English language, but I have enough of a command of it to know what a fragment is.
I'm sorry, that's a piece of sentence.
Correct, you are.
Goodness gracious.
I can't believe I can't believe I just read that. I mean,
Wait. So wait, is that all of is that all of that statement, or is there more?
he produced a verbal response, which I know has cuss words in it, so I won't play that. But LeBron James's kids greater than MJ's kids.
Close quote. What did I say? What did I say? What did I just got finished saying?
You are right on target, sir. And now I get the pleasure of eviscerating both of those statements. And I'm going to take these glasses off while I do it. MJ's kids are already millionaires, you fool. MJ's kids actually played the game correctly, which is fundamentally sound. I'm willing to bet that neither Bryce nor Bronny see a college floor. Meanwhile, Marcus, who I had the pleasure of calling his games at Whitney M. Young Academy for 2 seasons, unlike LeBron, listen to me carefully, unlike LeBron, Marcus Jordan won a state championship. That year was 2008. How do I know? I was there for that one. Now, true as it may be that Marcus was better than Jeffrey,
that is true.
They both had the eye of an icon watching them. Can we really call LeBron James an icon? I don't. I call him the most fundamentally flawed player I've seen in 40 years of watching the game. And believe me, I've seen my share of fundamentally flawed players, but they worked on their game and got their act together.
Unfortunately, Bron Sessions will say to you with a quick moan him! Remember, he, talking about LeBron, has paved the way for basketball players, when they are basketball players, to become brands. Please, sir, chop that sentence all the way down.
Would you say that again, please? I want to be here. I heard it correctly.
Yes.
And LeBron James is not an icon. He's not.
Bron Sessions will say
it again, please.
Yeah, Bron Sessions will say he's an icon because he is credited with being the player who paved the way for players, when they still are players, becoming brands.
Wrong. Because Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did it first.
Thank you.
Magic Johnson and Larry Bird was doing that stuff back in 1980.
And I'm glad you went with them before Jordan, because that's where I was going to go with it.
Magic Johnson, Julius Erving, Larry Bird, they were all doing that stuff in 1980. They were doing that 4 years before MJ showed up in 1984, even though MJ was crafting his own brand at the University of North Carolina. The same way Magic Johnson did at Michigan State University, the same way, unbeknownst to Larry Bird, he did the same in Indiana State, and so did Dr. J at the University of Massachusetts. I mean, who the hell knew what the University of Massachusetts was before Julius Erving became a thing?
Julius Erving.
Yep.
As Hot TV says, yes, he's an icon.
Shut up, Hawk TV.
Wow.
Just shut up. Just shut it up.
Wow.
Pave the way to become brands? Man, Magic Johnson did that blindfolded after Indiana State lost to Michigan State in 1979 at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, you mean the most watched
The
basketball
most
game
watched
ever?
ever.
And yes, it's now 30.
The most watched game, the most watched games
and
in
it's now
basketball history, college or pro, in 4 words, do not involve le bust. I'm sorry. Do not involve le fraud. I'm sorry. Do not involve le fool.
And to
because he's a fool.
And to hammer the point home, that record 44 years ago still stands today. It's the most watched basketball game, college or pro, in the history of television. Michigan State versus Indiana State, 1979 national championship game.
And if my memory serves me correctly, the final score of that game was Michigan State 75 and Indiana State 64.
I think that's correct.
And I don't know basketball.
Well, Playmaker says by definition, LeBron is an icon.
Not by my definition. And I got a much bigger and better definition than what these fools put forth as a definition of an icon. Because Caitlin Clark is an icon. Cheryl Miller is an icon. Cynthia Cooper is an icon. Cheryl Swoops is an icon. Who am I missing? Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Pat Summitt, Gino Auriemma. They're all icons. Rebecca Lobo is an icon. Tina Charles is an icon. LeBron James is not an icon. LeBron James will never be an icon. LeBron James will never be oh, thank you, Sick Diggy. Lisa Leslie, big time icon.
Mm-hmm.
And why am I concentrating on women's basketball? Because they need more eyes in front of them. And I'm going to be the leader of that charge. Every woman that played in the first NCAA Women's Final Four in March of 1982 at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Let me explain something to you, Bron-sexuals. LeBron is not an icon. Hell, LeBron's not even a good basketball player. And never will be. Because his game, since he's come into the league, has been fundamentally flawed. Flawed, I tell you. I give 2/5 of a half of a damn what you Bron-sexuals think, even though I have fun every Wednesday eviscerating you fools because of these foolish statements. And one that just came in that says, stop the cap, when I said MJ's kids are fundamentally sound, are more fundamentally sound than LeBron's kids. I get to stop the cap. Okay. For those who don't think, oh, I definitely believe it because I watched the game. Let's see, Bronny James, Bryce James, Victor Wembanyama, or whatever the hell his name is. Stop the cap. They're not ready. Bronny James should not be in. I already got the camera. Bronny James should not be an All-American. Okay? Bryce James should not be an All-American because their games have not improved. I had a chance to watch 3 of Bronny James's games that they unfortunately put in front of my eyes on a certain network. So I decided to entertain myself and watch them all the way through.
Why entertain yourself?
And I found the same thing that's wrong with Bronny that is wrong with his father. His game is not fundamentally sound. And if you look at the headlines, what are they concentrating on, Victor? His dunks.
Okay, so he can dunk.
How about when
Repeat.
the shot? How about when the shot clock is running down? If they play with a shot, I'm just devising a scenario here. How about when the shot clock is running down and they have to force up a shot? Is his form there? Are his feet set? Are his shoulders square? Oh, but I'm not supposed to know all that stuff because I haven't played the game. Well, let me tell you fools something. I broadcasted the game for 27 years. I know what a good form on a jump shot is. And let me give a shout out to a fellow named Keegan Manowitz from the Jennings County Panthers, who has a more fluid jump shot than Bronny James ever will.
Wow, not ever will. Mm.
Yeah, I said
Ever will.
Ever will.
Oh my.
Matter of fact, let me shout a fellow. Let me shout out a fellow by the name of Ryan Fazekas, who played at Marquette Catholic and later on Providence University. The same fellow. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
I know, I saw it too. The same fellow, Ryan Fazekas, who played baseball very, very well. I had a chance to watch him play for 5 years. Then he sprung up from being a squirt to all of 6'8", and had a more fundamentally sound game than LeBron James did or Bronny James will.
Well, Bronny could be a more fun.
My ass.
I mean, come on, he only 16.
Shut up.
He has the possibility of actually having
Quiet.
a game. Just because the name is James for the last one doesn't mean that Bronny is doomed in not being able to learn how to play.
Yes, it is. Because if he learned from his dad, then his game is doomed. If he learned anything from his dad, it should have been how to play the game correctly. Unfortunately, with the games that I watched, he didn't. He didn't. Listen to me, Rod West. And while I'm at it, yes, LeBron, it is you.
Oh, Lord.
It has always been you. It always will be you. For the failure of the league, for the failure of the game, and for the failure of those that have followed you and will come behind you. Now, I'm being told to stop the cap, but I don't care. This is what I feel. This is what I've seen. This is what I will continue to see until a coach gets in Bronny James's face.
That's what I feel.
And until that happens, until that happens, Bronny James, Bryce James, your games are doomed. Especially with your father giving you quote unquote expert tutelage. And bronzexuals, open your mouth and stick in the member because it's going to be dry as a bone. Literally and figuratively. Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Oh, Lord have mercy. First, he says that LeBron James is an icon, and now he says that children can't learn even though they ain't adults yet.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous.
I ain't done yet.
Hold up.
Once again, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you. Your career is a failure, and now your kids' careers are in peril. because of you. Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
This segment of Snowman in the Morning is brought to you by Haterade. Now introducing Snowman Hater Hall of Fame.
I'll gladly take that. Just to get them thirsty bitches out of my face.
Oh my goodness. Hall TV U trip, bro. I love it.
Did I do okay?
Yes, you did wonderful. Oh my goodness. The fact you threw the children under the bus, that was cold.
I threw them under the gut. I nearly said a bad thing.
I was like, come on now. The children still have an opportunity to learn from somebody outside of Braun.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Who's their father?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And as long as he's involved, the development will suck. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. For this, Hawk TV, I totally believe that. I know what I grew up watching, and this ain't it. I know what it. Put the 2-shot back up, please. I know what I grew up watching, and this ain't it. Period. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody tries to impress upon me. And Ryan, put your ad back up again, please, and we'll.
I got it. I know.
Okay. Oh, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put it up, and I'll take care of it. I mean,
all right.
I know that this Bronzexual Confession is brought to you by King James Scapegoat Farms. When you need a scapegoat to take the blame off of, you okay, and on to another, trust in King James Scapegoat Farms.
Goodness gracious. Scapegoats raised on seal milk.
100% organic seal milk.
That's right. Scapegoats raised on 100% organic seal milk.
I don't know how you did that so fast, because I practiced it at home and I can't do it. I tried. I did the main part of that ad, but my wife walked by, and as soon as I tried to say made with 100% organic seal milk really fast, she just shook her head and go, "Don't try it." Listen, I know Playmaker's disappointed in me, and he loved the fact that I was raising hell until I got to the icon discussion. But Playmaker, you're just gonna have to be disappointed in me. He's not an icon, period. Because an icon would have a positive impact on the game. Let me say that again. An icon would have a positive impact on the game. And LeBron hasn't. I'm sorry. Has he done anything revolutionary? Has he done anything to affect the game? Has he? Well, negatively, yes, but more on that later. Has he done anything to change the way the game is played? And the answer to that question is no.
No. His changes will be more along the lines of free agency and the power moves that you can do off of the court. That really is more. That's really more his influence.
That's his iconic stature, if you want to call it that. But on the floor, no.
Yeah, he has not revolutionized the thing.
Can I get Bishop Bullwinkle, please? I'll pose the question and I'll have Bishop answer it. Has LeBron James done anything basketball-wise on the floor to really affect the game and make himself an icon?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no. Listen.
Big Cos, I love you for this statement.
Oh, he is the 100% an icon. Icon of stupidity and how not to play the game.
Bang.
AKA flopping.
AKA being a...
AKA being a GM on the floor. Yeah, I mean...
I have a few other words lined up with that, but they're all bad.
Yeah. All right, so since people need to have hooked on Bronix in this understanding, when someone says revolutionize the game, we're talking about on the court, not off of it. You cannot tell me that LeBron James has revolutionized the game by saying that he penetrated down the hole and dunked, because they were doing that before he played and they're doing it now. You can't say that he's the jack of all trades and a master of none. There were many players before him that had a diversified game. There's many of them that has one after. You can't tell me that he was able to score. He's able to be a distributor first and not be a scorer, but still put up a whole bunch of points. Now, to the degree that he's done, that hasn't been done. However,
that hasn't been done.
Yeah, that has not been done. But a guy who thought pass first but still scored points, that was done before him, and that's being done now, and it's not LeBron doing it. So
I'll outline one game that eviscerates that eviscerates pass first. May 23rd, 1980. Scene of the crime, the Spectrum, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The fellow I'm speaking of, you know him very well.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
And what did Irvin Magic Johnson do in that particular game? Oh, by the way, Rod, it was Game 6 of the NBA World Championship Series,
rebounds,
and on the road.
7 assists.
Let me have those numbers again, please. Let's have those numbers again.
42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists.
And what position did he start as?
He started at center.
And he told Paul Westhead, never fear, Magic is here. Because remember, they lost their captain to an injury.
And he cooked the series too. Yes. Yeah, they lost him.
They lost their captain to an injury in Game 5 in the Forum. Couldn't make the trip to Philadelphia.
Yep.
Jim Jones tried to push Magic out of the center circle, and Magic said, no, I'm taking this. 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists in a Game 6 clincher, on the thank you. And don't give me Game 7 of 2016 because Kyrie Irving won that game for him, not LeBron James. All LeBron James was put up points. None of them. Let me say this, Bronze Sexuals, while I'm having a bonus moment here. None of those points that he put up were in key situations. None. N-U-N-N. Thank you, Kendrick. None. N-O-N-E. None were in key situations.
N-U-N-N. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy.
And you were perfect in pushing that button. See, that's why I appointed you executive producer. Salute to you. And salute to all in the chat that was raising hell with me this morning. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I figured that was a give me the camera moment. Give me this camera moment, so I just beat you to it.
Well, find the lie.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Find the freaking lie. Find the lie that LeBron James has not had an impact on the game, on the floor. I'll wait. And I know I'm going to be waiting a while, and I've slept since the last time I laid out this challenge. And we got about 15 minutes left. And now Playmaker and I are chatting back and forth. I would cuss right now, but I'm not going to. And I already know what my partner's up to, but he's getting it. My partner's in the process of getting invaded.
Oh Lord!
You know he's banging on the door.
Give me here.
So I realized.
Right. Oh God!
I think even though it's not
easier,
advertised,
right?
There has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. Like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh!
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
My king is back. Yay.
Oh,
my king is back. Yeah, welcome to Ray Center. Yeah, Ray up. Yeah. Now we're gonna see basketball Wade Pobe play. Yay.
We already saw it, you fool. Man,
ooh,
you know what? You gonna piss me off. I know you're gonna piss me off. I know you're gonna piss me off.
Anywhere. Moon Other words that you're hearing coming from Snowman Bron Lover. He in the Hater Hall of Fame trash. And when you hear Snowman Bron Lover, you know what to do. Hit him with them.
Trace.
Oh, yay. Ooh. Oh, it's been a minute since I said that, but I have to say, Vicola, you Infinity Trace, son. All day, all night, all week long, all month long, all year long, all decade long.
Do you have a cold?
Vicola, Infinity Trace.
There's my answer.
Just like your brother, Snowman Bron Lover, Hater Hall of Fame Trace. You both belong together.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Wrong board.
That's right. That's right. There we go. There we go. The perfect.
That's
perfect Bron hater. Bron Surpays, Carissa Adela Jabilla. Bron Surpays, Carissa Adela Jabilla. Hey, Bron Surpays, Carissa Adela Jabilla. Bron Surpays, Carissa Adela Jabilla. I love it. Hitting wrong button, just playing to me. I love it. But we also go here. Bron Surpays, Matthew Jensen.
Oh, good Lord.
Bron Surpays, Bart Jackson. And Bron Surpays, Steve Nash.
Rewind. That's Steve Nash.
Bron Surpays, Matthew Jensen. Bron Surpays, Mar Jackson. And Bron Surpays, Steve Nash. And once again,
God,
Bron Surpays, Carissa Adela Jabilla. Oh, yeah. We'll be right back at this moment.
LJPN is sponsored by HoFax. Before she hoe, and you gotta know, tell her to show me the whole facts. Trace.
And now the part of the program you've all been waiting for. You've been waiting for this for a long time. 2 weeks. You've been waiting for and now you got it. Oh, for a second. And now, thread that you're gonna get on.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
Mold him! And now,
saying?
Whenever someone gonna go threaten doing this, threat that you're gonna go down your knee, unzip the pant, and pull out the joystick. They'll stop. Mold him! Now, as I was saying, the trace lineup, you know.
Oh, God.
You know it's about to be on. That's right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Larry Bird, Trace. Since 1956, Trace. That's right. Bill Russell, Trace. Trace when the face of the sun. Trace when the face the center of the earth. Shaquita O'Neal called it Trace. Big Mama, no more commercial. No more commercial, Big Mama. Honky old laborum, Trace. Nigerian clays, but that's all it is. T Ducker, Trace. No Karima vacuum. Will Chamber Commerce, Trace. You ain't paying no 20,000 hole. Dr. Jive, Trace. Big Afro Little Game, Trace.
Yeah, you should talk.
Toby Jodacorn, Trace. Vanessa is the best thing for you, son. John Stockton, Trace. White boy can't play no basketball. He can't play no back. And then your teammate.
Neither can you.
And then your teammate, Carl Molester, Trace. You busy wanting to hit on girl, but you can't be playing no basketball win championship. Michael Jordan, Trace. You can't do all the older shit thing. Trace. Kyrita Herbal Tea, Trace. Thank you for ruining a 14. Thank you. Stephanie Curry, Trace. Hey, good game lad now. Good game lad now. But that few and far between. Kevin Nappy Hay, Trace. Comb that head on the sideline, son. Them naps need to go. Nickelback, go to kick Trace. You might be 3-time MVP, but you still won't win a chair. Yanni Antetokounmpo, Trace. Go back to Greece, son. Jaja Bink, Trace. No gun on Instagram Live. Luka Donkey, Trace. How is it feeling playing with Kyrita Herbal Tea? You want to be back in Europe, don't you? Mm-hmm. Donna Michelob, Trace. Don't get in fights with Dylan Brooks. And Dame Cent, Trace. Not dollar, not dime, not nickel. Cent. Trace. And that concludes. Trace. This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by. I said, see ya. This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this. Oh, these bathroom breaks I'm loving, man.
Oh, shut up.
What I miss?
Shut up. Have a great RayRay.exe has stopped working. Please delete application. Yes. Yes. Ja Binks. That one always gets.
Yeah.
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. Always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then you end up like LeBron. Pure, unadulterated trash. I'm sorry.
Lord.
If your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are. We hope y'all are too. Friday, Alex Putnam and I, a.k.a. A Pizzle, will do an audio live stream of the Final Four. We're going to do it.
Nice.
Because Alex has just given me a confirmation. Saturday, I beg your pardon, not Friday. But Saturday. I will do Friday's South Carolina-Iowa game.
Oh, nice.
We are out of here. And this nonsense brought to you by Chicken Wing Hair Plugs and Lace Front Beards. The ultimate faking the funk. And when it comes to LeBron, ain't that the truth? We're out of here. See you tomorrow.